Missouri Governor Eric Greitens offered to resign in exchange for dropping criminal c.harge. A day after Missouri Governor Eric Greitens announced his resignation, St. Louis prosecutor Kim Gardner dismissed one of the criminal charges the embattled politician faced. Greitens' defense attorneys reached out to Gardner's office Saturday, offering the governor's resignation in exchange for the circuit attorney's office to drop the felony computer tampering charge, said Susan Ryan, St. Louis Circuit Attorney Office's spokeswoman. The charge was dismissed with prejudice, meaning the prosecutor's office cannot refile the charge. Ryan said the conditional agreement signed by both sides will be filed with the court soon. Gardner said at a news conference Wednesday morning that the most fair and just way to resolve the situation in light of Greitens' resignation was to dismiss the felony computer tampering charge against the governor. More, embattled Missouri Governor Eric Greitens resigns amid scandals. More, timeline, Missouri Governor Eric Greitens' path to resignation. If Mr. Greitens were convicted of this charge, it would be unlikely that he would be sentenced to prison, given his first-time offender status and the type and level of the charge he faced, Gardner said. I remain confident that we have the evidence required to pursue charges against Mr. Greitens. But sometimes, pursuing charges is not the right or just thing to do for our city or state. Just as I believe that Mr. Greitens' decision to resign is best for our state, I too have to consider the totality of the situation. Attorney General Josh Hawley investigated how Greitens' campaign obtained donor data from the charity Greitens founded, finding probable cause to pursue a felony charge of computer tampering against Greitens. He referred those charges to Gardner. Hawley described the alleged criminal wrongdoing as certainly impeachable offenses, raising the prospect that Greitens could be removed from office involuntarily. Later, lawmakers voted themselves into a special session to consider just that. A St. Louis grand jury indicted Greitens in April on the computer tampering charge. A grand jury also indicted him in February on a felony invasion of privacy charge, but that has since been dismissed. A special prosecutor could refile the charge. Gardner said she could not comment on the felony invasion of privacy charge. She said Jackson County Prosecutor Gene Peters Baker has complete authority over that case. Hours after his resignation, Gardner's office announced it had resolved one of the criminal cases involving Greitens. Greitens announced his resignation Tuesday afternoon, leaving behind a brief and tumultuous legacy and moving on from his first public office with the continued prospect of criminal prosecution related to his 2016 campaign. I know, and people of good faith know, that I am not perfect, but I have not broken any laws nor committed any offense worthy of this treatment, Greitens said. I will let the fairness of this process be judged by history. Greitens said his last day in office will be Friday. He said he is proud of what has been accomplished during his tenure, but it was time to resign. The state constitution lays out an order of succession in which Lieutenant Governor Mike Parson, who is elected separately, will take over for his fellow Republican. Parson is expected to be sworn in to serve the remainder of Greitens' four-year term.